Hi everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Today we're going to do a Crucible of War market update. I do apologize yesterday for the Monarch market update. The audio wasn't right. I'm on vacation. My setup, I just forgot to hit a button. Anyway, that being said, let's get to Crucible of War. If you want access to this collection tracker, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Gets you access to a collection tracker as well as a bunch of other things here in the Flesh and Blood community, like box breaks, case breaks, all sorts of stuff. And then it also gets you access to a 10% off coupon over at Midtown Merchant every single month. You can also use the code BeKind to save $5 off your order of $50 or more. That being said, if you want access to a 10% off coupon every month, head on over to my Patreon. All right, let's hop into Crucible of War and see where we're at. Right now, box prices, they're just selling around $8.75. There were a few boxes that sold for higher. One sold for like $1,000, one sold for like $7.75. There's a bunch in the $8.50, $8.75, $900 range. eBay, Facebook seem to be about $8.75 is the asking price. So we'll just go ahead and keep that the price. It's been 3 weeks in a row. Seems like it's pretty stable right now, honestly. Going into the Fable, same thing. We just aren't really seeing anything move. It's just kind of sitting the same price as it's been. There's really none available for anywhere close to this price on the market right now. And on eBay TCG Player, there's just none moving or selling. So around 3,600 seems to be the price. And if you look, that was around the price we were at back in March, which I kind of said I thought was really going to be the bottom of our kind of collapse in the price. So seems like I may have been right about something these days other than my audio. All right, moving on to the Legendaries. Cheyenne sitting at 33.6. There is one on Facebook for $4,000 right now, but it has not sold yet. So that'll be interesting. Spring Tunic sold for $400. That kind of bumps it up from the $350 last week. And then the 20 blade, I did want to show you the 20 blade here. The 20 blade that sold for $1,000 here on eBay. It does have some issues that's mentioned in the description. So I think that always kind of affects the value. You can see some edging on the pictures itself, and then there is some corner whitening. It's just not the best condition one. I would say it's even less than near mint for sure. But small print line on the back halfway up the right side, and then small whitening on the corner. Anyway, I don't think we can take this as like a near mint copy, but I will factor into the pricing. Last week we kind of saw one sell for $1,500, so we'll call this one that sold for $1,000. We'll call the market price here $1,250. Moving forward towards, that puts your average on the legendary side at around 1,600, which is down 4% this week. Let's go to the cold foils here. Mandible Claw at 92, Mandible Claw Reverse at 96. Lots of sold listings on some of these. Sledge of Anvilheim at 155, Edge of Autumn at 120, Zephyr Needles sitting at 120, Centauri Sabers at 125. All these in line with some of the prices that we've seen. Centauri Sabers taking a little bit of a hit. These were up as people were kind of specking on them from Bolton, and they kind of just remained up there. We got Plasma Barrel Shot, no one sold this week, so it's the same price from last week. Redliner at 112, Reaping Blade at 150, Aether Conduit at 100. Those are moving, they're not moving as rapidly. The real kind of hiding spot here is these Cold Foil Majestics, just not moving at all. There was a Skullhorn that sold for $275 on eBay. Which is a very low price for a Skullhorn, but it does seem like the card was in pretty good condition. Not great photos though. Just one photo in the sleeve. Anyway, it was the best offer that was accepted for $275. I do not expect that price to hold there at $275. The only other thing was a Blood Sheath that sold for $425. So really no major sales of these cards at all. The Cold Foil Majestics. All in all, it puts your Majestics down an average of 5%. Average Cold Foil Rare sitting at 119, and average Cold Foil Majestic sitting at 418. So we'll see what that happens over the next couple of weeks. All right, as we go on to the regular Majestic Rainbow Foils, not a lot of huge major shifts or major changes. A lot of softness just kind of across the board, though. We are down 7%. but no major huge hits, especially for kind of these like, Spoils of War is up just a couple bucks. That kind of has been bouncing back and forth the last couple weeks. Twinning Blade, I guess you could call it a $13 decrease, pretty significant, but still an $87 card. No huge changes here for the rainbow foils. Your average is sitting at $41.78. Looking at the Majestics though, we did start seeing a lot of softness. We're down 13% here. Now I did factor in quite a few eBay sold listings that were auctions that ended at like $5 or $6, but then there were other cards that sold on TCG Player, the same card, that were much higher and much more close to the normal price that we see in some of these cards. So I did average those out. But some of these cards, let's see, what were they? They were, there was a Runeblood Barrier that sold really cheap. There was a Rattlebones that sold, pretty cheap. And there was a Fiend Death, I think, that sold really cheap on eBay that I kind of took the average of the price. But all in all, we're down 13%. There was, again, like some of those auctions, they were like $1 auctions that were put up on eBay, and they just didn't get that much traction, and the price ended pretty cheaply if you look that up. So lots of sold for all those. I don't know, these didn't get colored for some reason. I didn't color them, but all those are sold listings, other than I think there was a Crucible I told. Anyway, so there are updated prices on all these. I just forgot to mark them as green here. Anyway, let's go. Average is $28.96, which is down 13% for the non-foil Majestics. We will talk about the rares for Crucible of War. Like I said in my Monarch video, we're going to slow down on talking about the rares and commons for most of the stuff, but there are rainbow foil rares that are significant value here. So we will talk about the rainbow foil rares for Crucible of War. Not really any huge shifts though. We're down 4% for an average of $11.09. Okay, let's take a look at the EV calculation here. In each box, you're gonna get one cold foil, which averages out between the rares and the Majestics. You're actually twice as likely to get a rare than you are a Majestic, so that puts your one cold foil average at $154. Your 6 Majestics at an average, you do get the non-equipment or the equipment, so it does average out. The equipment is short printed in half, so I've averaged that out for you. You're gonna get 6 Majestics, 2 foil Majestics, 41 rares, 5 foil rares, then 1 in 10 chance at hitting one of those legendary cards, 1 in 40 at hitting the Fable. So that will put your box EV here at $751.66. And this puts your, if you don't hit a legendary and don't hit a Fable, you're sitting more like $493.28. Now, if you hit a cold foil common, I'm sorry, I'm moving all over the place here. If you hit a cold foil common and no legendary Fable, you'll be sitting at $458. But if you hit a Majestic cold foil with no legendary Fable, you'd be sitting at $575. So let's see where this number, this 551, sits on the EV chart compared to last week. We are down 7% across the board compared to last week. So let's see, look at the top 10 cards to gain or lose value. Zephyr Needle, this is the foil gainers. Zephyr Needles are both up 50%. Fangandel Spring Tunic, the legendary, up 14%. That's in the foil category. It should not be. It is a non-foil, but KO Berserk Runt would be the next one at 13%. The non-foil gainers, Snag, up 111% from $9 to $19. Remember, this was one of the ones last week that was kind of a bizarre sold listing. Feign Death up 21%, and Plasma Purifier up 17%. All right, the foil losers here, we have Skullhorn down 45% for the cold foil, Zen State down 38%, and Centauri Saber cold foil down 37%. And now for the 10 foil losers, we have Rattlebones down 58%, Massacre down 50%, and Fine Center down 47%. So that's it. That's Crucible of War for you. Again, if you're looking for a collection tracker, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Gets access to this cool collection tracker. Great way to track your whole collection. Also gets access to box breaks, case breaks, discounts on boxes and some merch and whatever. But also access to a 10% off coupon over at Midtown Merchant, which can really pay for your entire thing every month if you spend $5 or more or $50 or more on cards at Midtown Merchant. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope this was helpful information for you. Leave a comment in the comment section if there's some way I can do doing this better. I know the audio is weird, whatever, lighting's weird. We're on vacation this week. Hope you have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again later for another video.
you.